At the end of the season, we often pull dead plants from the soil, thinking we're cleaning up for next year. But this simple act messes up a hidden, busy world right under our feet. When we yank out a plant, we pull away good topsoil and destroy the complex structure made by roots, earthworms, and tiny living things. The soil gets packed down, making it harder for water to get in and for new roots to grow. It's funny, but this clean start actually invites weeds because sleeping seeds are brought to the top and get sunlight. Our good-hearted habit actually makes the garden less rich and more likely to have problems. We're not just taking out plants, we're taking apart a living underground city. What happens? Harder soil, more weeds, and a tougher start for next season's plants. It's a cycle we keep doing, not knowing the harm we cause. But there's a better way, one that works with nature, not against it. Let's look under the ground to see why roots are so important. Roots are more than just things that hold plants in place. They are the heart of the soil's living system. As roots grow, they feed tiny soil creatures with sugars, creating a lively community called the rhizosphere. These tiny creatures break down dead stuff, protect plants from sickness, and make food available. Special fungi, called mycorrhizal fungi, make huge underground networks, helping plants get water and food far beyond where their own roots can reach. When we pull plants, we destroy these networks and throw away what makes the soil rich. Leaving roots in the ground keeps this living structure safe, allowing fungi and tiny creatures to grow well. Rotting roots feed the soil and keep the underground community alive. By working with these natural partnerships, we build healthier, stronger gardens. The secret to rich soil is right under our feet, if we let it be. There's a simple answer. Cut, don't pull. Snip dead plants at the soil line, leaving roots alone. The tops go to the compost pile, but the roots stay, feed in earthworms, fungi, and bacteria as they break down. Rotting roots act like slow-release plant food and make paths for air and water, making the soil structure better. New plants benefit from these ready-made paths, making it easier for their roots to grow deep and strong. Cutting also keeps weed seeds buried, meaning less weeding next season. A layer of mulch or compost on top further protects the soil and stops weeds. This small change turns your garden into a self-running living system. Less work, fewer weeds, and healthier plants, all by leaving roots where they are. It's a quiet revolution for your soil. What about sick plants? If roots are sick, take out the whole plant and throw it away. Don't put it in compost. But for healthy plants, cutting at the bottom is safe and good. After cutting, add compost or animal waste to feed the soil, just like a forest floor is refilled by fallen leaves. Cover with mulch to keep moisture in and stop weeds. This method works in pots too. Leaving roots in pots keeps the soil loose and rich. Add fresh compost before planting again, and your pot soil stays healthy season after season. Bare soil can easily wash away and lose its food. Covered, living soil is strong and full of life. By copying nature, we create gardens that grow well with less effort. Healthy soil means healthier plants and less work for you. Changing from pulling to cutting is more than just a technique. It's a new way of looking at the garden. We go from controlling soil to taking care of it as a living system. Over time, this gentle way builds richer, more fertile soil, full of life. Plants become stronger and tougher, supported by a busy underground network. This isn't going backward, but a big step forward in gardening that helps the earth. In nature, no one pulls up plants. Roots and leaves go back to the earth, feeding the next generation. By doing this, we become guardians of a living history. The best reward? A garden that grows healthier year after year with less effort and more life.